Good afternoon, and thank you again for joining me. My name is Greg Helmick, the Regional Emergency Coordinator for the state of Vermont. The National Weather Service has reported an extreme weather alert for New England, including Vermont. Temperatures are expected to drop dramatically for 5 consecutive days, with lows down to 10 degrees. At times, due to the winds, the wind chill will make it even colder. Exposure to these cold temperatures, whether indoors or outdoors, can cause serious and life-threatening health problems. Police departments are reporting problems related to the evacuation of endangered people. Citizens are refusing to leave their residence because the shelters will not accept domestic pets. People are also afraid of looting due to the lack of police protection if they were to leave their houses. Police departments are reporting an increased number of break-ins in rural areas. 20 chalets and summer homes near Lake Champlain were visited by thieves. Residents are becoming frustrated by the situation and are asking for more assistance from local authorities. Local town halls have become targets for demonstrations. Police forces are struggling with patrolling the rural areas, with citizens refusing to leave their houses. Coverage is inadequate. Retail theft is also on the rise as a result of current weather conditions. Power generators are not available in stores simultaneously. Police noting a sharp increase in stolen generators. Police are also reporting complaints of unfair pricing from restaurants and stores that have managed to keep their power on and are offering meals up to 4 times the regular price. There's clearly a problem with supply and demand since stores are running low on supplies. Officers are requiring the assistance of the National Guard to help them accomplishing their mission, however, with uncleared lines of authority. Judicial advice regarding forced evacuations are necessary. It is unclear whether the disaster falls under the usual policies and regulations. Fire departments are reporting several cases of accidental fires provoked by inappropriate alternative heating sources. Vast majority of the houses without power do not have a safe secondary source of heat. They're operating gas or propane within their house. These devices are giving off carbon monoxide poisoning. Fire departments also report that several structures have flooded due to the pipe ruptures in public and private buildings. Antifreeze liquids are not working with owners or renters use them. 10 people have died from hypothermia, fire, or carbon monoxide poisoning since the beginning of the ice storm. 30 people are hospitalized with ice-related injuries. More health problems are expected due to ice-related injuries and long-term effects of the stress, hypothermia, and toxic fumes from heating. Along with that, thousands of farm animals are expected to die or to be put down due to disease or hyper and hypothermia. Media. Reporters are mentioning that citizens living in power outage areas are not receiving all the vital information from public authorities. People are not prepared for this situation and do not have battery-powered radios or access to any information or communication. News media is starting to criticize the public authorities' ability to communicate clearly to citizens. Most residents living in disaster areas do not know what to do or how to get help. Tons of donations, foods, and commodities are on the way, but public authorities do not know how to deal with the resources. Additionally, donors and volunteers do not know what regional needs are. So here's a snapshot of the power situation and where we're at. Frigid Arctic air is descending on Vermont, and citizens are vulnerable to massive power outages. Velco reported a massive breakdown of its power system. The governor stated that the National Guardsmen are on their way to help local authorities. Uncertainty of authority lines with local officials need to be sorted out. I will clarify this in a little bit. So the mitigation plan. During the low temperatures, residents should avoid going outside. Residents without power or safe alternative heating solutions should evacuate to shelters following the evacuation plan that was posted today. Residents should also seek shelter and stop using unsafe heating sources. This will reduce fires caused by unsafe alternative heating solutions and carbon monoxide poisoning. Residents and store owners should turn off their water and drain all pipes prior to evacuating. We are bringing in cattle trucks from New York to temporarily move livestock from the region or to heated barns. Hospitals should prepare for treating cold injuries, falls due to the ice, and burn victims and carbon monoxide poisoning. Understanding that the operational tempo and weather are causing constraints on police and fire departments, police will increase their patrols of evacuated homes, retail shops, and homes without power. The military police from the National Guard will assist with patrolling the areas. The military police commander will work directly with the police chief of the local area, or if there's a state trooper in charge, they'll work directly with them. And so that's the clear lines of authority. Military forces may detain people suspected of looting. However, local police will conduct the arrest and follow-on investigation. Local officials should communicate our plans to residents and make every effort to address their concerns. We will communicate through local TV. Law enforcement, along with the military, will provide information via PA systems. Local officials will also need to talk with stores in their area and let them know additional supplies are on the way, and price hikes will not be tolerated. Now is not the time to profit on the suffering community. We must be united in our recovery efforts. In the meantime, evacuation plans must be executed. Emergency managers will assist with the evacuation plan. So please read and let me know any questions you have on the shelter plan. Also is the legal worksheet for information on forcing evacuation and the plan for evacuation. Bottom line is we will not physically force evacuation. We're not going to spend time on the individuals that don't want to evacuate. We're going to focus on the individuals that want to evacuate and move on to the next area, the next house. Emergency managers will also need to assist with organizing resources, donors, and volunteers. Emergency managers will need to provide me a list of their needs by 5 p.m. today. Per the governor, a total of 3,000 National Guardsmen will be deployed in Vermont. Deployment started this week and will increase sharply in the week to come. Velco is working with Canada and New York for resources as well as generators. They are working on repairing the power grid that is down and protecting the power grid from the incoming freezing temperatures. Road conditions, limited deployment to rural areas for the National Guard. So currently 1,200 are deployed mainly in Montpelier and Burlington. The Department of Transportation is working towards clearing the roads to the rural areas, with the Department of Transportation taking care of the major roads. We are asking private citizens to help us with the neighborhood roads. I am defining priorities and tasks for the National Guard troops, and distribution points have been identified in order to distribute the vital commodities to citizens. I know everyone is tired and we're working long hours. However, we will get through this. Continue to report issues to my office and communicate with residents. Review the legal worksheet to provide guidance on forcing evacuations to law enforcement and the National Guard. And please review the shelter plan. Good luck and be safe.